Welcome, I'm your instructor. Today we tackle the read an email task, which tests your ability to quickly find specific information in a professional or campus-based message. We'll identify key details across 2 questions to ensure you catch every point and understand the sender's intent. Let's get started. Make sure to subscribe to myTOEFL for more bite-sized lessons to boost your score. s@jenkinsmail.com. This email is addressed to s@jenkinsmail.com, who is the client receiving the confirmation. m.ross.thebistro.com. The sender's address, m.ross.thebistro.com, indicates this is a professional communication from a restaurant domain. No 8p17t22020. The email was sent on 08/15/2224, which helps establish the timeline for the upcoming event. Reservation confirmation, the bistro. The phrase reservation confirmation immediately tells us that the email's purpose is to verify a booking at the bistro. Dear Sarah Jenkins, it's they say there first, to Ross. Addressing the recipient as Dear Sarah Jenkins establishes a professional and polite tone for the business interaction. Thank you for booking a table at the bistro. This opening sentence uses booking a table to confirm the action the customer took. The word booking is a common synonym for making a reservation in a hospitality context. Your reservation for a party of 6 is confirmed for Friday, August 23rd. Here, the sender specifies the group size and date, confirming a party of 6 for August 23rd. Note how party refers to a group of people, not a celebration. Your table will be ready at 7:30 p.m. This sentence provides the specific time, stating the table will be ready at 7:30 p.m. This is a factual detail often tested in TOEFL questions. Please note that we can only hold your table for 15 minutes. The restaurant sets a strict policy by saying they only hold the table for 15 minutes. This only hold phrasing indicates a limitation you must watch for. If you are running late, please call us to keep your spot. The use of the conditional if you are running late introduces a necessary action. The customer must call us to secure their spot. We also require all guests to present a digital copy of the booking. This sentence introduces a requirement, stating guests must present a digital copy of the booking. The word require signals a mandatory rule for the guests. We look forward to serving you and your friends. The closing expresses a warm sentiment, mentioning serving you and your friends, which reinforces that the group consists of the recipient's companions. Best regards. The sign-off best regards is a standard way to professionally conclude a business email. Michael Ross. The sender is identified as Michael Ross, likely the manager or host at the restaurant. What time is the table reservation scheduled to begin? This question asks for a specific factual detail, specifically the time the reservation is scheduled to begin. We need to scan the text for a clock time. Now, keeping this in mind, let's look at our options. Let's take a closer look at option A. 8:15 p.m. The time 8:15 p.m. does not match the text. While the email mentions a 15-minute grace period after the start time, this 8:15 p.m. is not the scheduled start time. We should eliminate this option. Now, let's examine option B. 6 p.m. The text does not mention 6 p.m. at all, making this a clear distractor that we can safely ignore. Here's option C. Let's break it down. 9 p.m. There is no reference to 9 p.m. entered in the email, so option C is incorrect. Finally, let's examine option D. 7:30 p.m. This matches the text perfectly, as the email explicitly states the table is ready at 7:30 p.m. Because this 7:30 p.m. aligns with the confirmed schedule, this is the correct choice. Therefore, the correct answer is option D, because the text confirms the table is ready at 7:30 p.m. What are the guests required to show upon arrival at the restaurant? This question focuses on a specific requirement, asking what guests must show upon arrival. Look for words like require or must. Now, keeping this in mind, let's look at our options. Let's take a closer look at option A. A digital booking copy. This is the correct answer because the email states they require guests to show a digital copy of the booking. This digital copy is the specific item mentioned in the text. Now, let's examine option B. A personal gift. There is no mention of a personal gift in the email. This is an irrelevant distractor that doesn't fit the professional context. Here's option C. Let's break it down. A printed menu. While restaurants have menus, the text never says guests must bring a printed menu with them to the table. Finally, let's examine option D. A valid photo ID. The passage mentions a digital booking, but it never specifies a photo ID as a requirement for the guests upon arrival. The correct answer to this question is option A, since the text explicitly mentions the need for a digital copy of the reservation. To excel in the TOEFL email task, always scan for specific constraints like times, dates, and mandatory requirements. Pay close attention to transition words that signal conditions or rules. Practice identifying synonyms for common business terms to improve your speed and accuracy.